never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rest keep me up. Never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling. My neck and my belly on. They call it for me and they. You want me like me and I look. Yeah. Her Rex on her. Yeah. B-Rex better calm down. Yeah. If you go around, come around. Yeah. Whole squad. Yeah. Squad goes on me. Yeah. Make some orange gel on my toes. Yeah. Farrakhan glass for the chosen. Yeah. You can go and get mad. Jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth. Man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too. Dripping my swag. Something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rest keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a vision.
You got a picture me, send me calling, ready for war like Korea, headlining shows out in Poland, you should be cleaning my mansion, my peasants disgusting, why don't you act like a Hoffman, and go get to dustin', yeah, latex on my, go clean my crown, they don't make a sound, money goes on these, white paint on my toes, when I send a new bay alert, gon' be mad, jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost like who's you, remember this face cause I'm that, you gon' lose too, dripping in ice, you looking at you, it's squad goals win, are you pretty like no.
I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Los Angeles Rams. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete. Woods the intended receiver, and it's second down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Line, 300. Up.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Aaron Donald in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Gone! Detroit!
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now it's Crowder. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. He'll look to throw. Quick hitch, complete. It's Davis. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Airing one out for Crowder. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. This is going to be a good one-on-one battle to watch. Both of these guys play the game at the highest level.
Both of them are terrific competitors. They play the game with great athleticism and smarts as well.
And in this early round, the defense wins. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
He'll drop to throw. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 7. Called that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On target over the middle to Hill. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Falcons. Tyreek Hill, 83 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game,
the ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going, and they've got it here with a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw here on first down. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Dancing to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Detroit! 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 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw now on first down. It's caught by Davis. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Third down. That's Coleman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Now this time he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. They'll set up to throw. This is caught by Jackson. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Dumps it off to Gurley. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
20. Lion, 300.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14.
Eagle. Right twist it.
They'll look to throw here. And just shutting him off there. This one caught by Crowder. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Leopard! Gone!
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Detroit!
Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Detroit!
On play action, they'll throw. He's got him in, Corey Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The 13 yards that time of the 1st. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They will run again with Coleman. He'll get 3 up to midfield. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd down. It's Coleman, and he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Leopard! Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Out to his left. loose football, and the Rams have got it back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Takk McKinley in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They're going to look to throw. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here's Colder. There he goes inside the 30. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
This is Coleman. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And Davis has it over the middle. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. A first carry now for Alex Collins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. On first, they go right back to Collins. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. The Falcons on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time it's 3rd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And his kick is good. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he's got some space here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The Rams on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Gurley. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Hey, let's go! Orange. Watch right.
They'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe... Yeah, you've taught me this before. Maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On 2nd down, Collins. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly, and this one could be coming back. Here's Collins. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming. the play fake. He'll look to throw. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Coleman now. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. On target over the middle of the hill. Over 100 yards receiving. For him now in the opener, and it's a first down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll running right through it. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back. But it's still a 3rd and 8. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. Drops it underneath for Collins. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Fake. They'll look to throw. They'll throw underneath for Gurley. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. Now back to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flush to his right. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. He'll drop to throw. Now a desperation throw, deep depth, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the fly over the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Atlanta, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for L.A., they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.